a while, but yeah, I decided to make another video on the topic of being socially awkward. It's just one of those certain topics that I don't like really talk about because honestly, I'm one of them. I honestly don't like to admit it, but it's the truth. And I'm a socially awkward person that where it's to the point where it's normal for me to be socially awkward. Like, I know like a few social clues. I can talk to people, keep the conversation going, but I can't really, force somebody to talk to me or, keep the conversation going. Because at that point, it's just like, well, if someone doesn't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. So, yeah, I just decided to make a video about it because, in this world, it seems like being alone and not care for from other people or the people around us, we just become socially awkward to the point where we can't even go to the grocery store. We can't even leave our houses without feeling weird. It's just a whole lot of anxiety basically. And let me tell you, it's like from what I've learned through these 19 years, well, it's more like 10 years because previously I didn't know what socially awkwardness was, but since I've grown up and realized why more and more people just don't want to be around me, it's just you start to ask yourself like why, like what's wrong with me? Is it because I'm ugly? Is it because I don't know how to talk to you? Is it because I don't have something you don't have? It's so many questions, but at the end of the day, it's either you or them, but you can't always, blame somebody. That's how I put it. Sometimes you do have to look in the mirror and just ask yourself, like, what is wrong with you? But in like in a self-improvement way, like how can I improve this this skill, or it's not really a skill, it's more like quality. How can I improve this quality of myself? Because honestly, everybody is born to be social. Whether you're introvert or extrovert, it's just something ingrained into the human mind. And from what I've seen, most people who are like, normal with social situations and interacting with others, they usually had like a positive childhood and an upbringing while growing up. They had loving parents and they had people supporting them from thick and thin. I didn't really have that type of like support. It was more like I had to learn by my peers and just went with it. Like I didn't realize this was like a big issue in life till I honestly, it was till like I was 16. Because high school makes you think a whole different way. It's like you can either like beat them or join them, or you can just be rejected and not even think about like your problems. But yeah, I never really had anybody to tell me. And if people did tell me, they would just tell me some like stupid advice, like, be yourself, when you don't even know what yourself is. Or you've been being yourself this whole time, but it's socially awkward. It's so stupid sometimes when you try to ask for advice, but people usually give you these bullshit answers. But hey, I'm glad that YouTube is around because I wouldn't have so much knowledge and resources to even like look at or listen to. Like thanks to YouTube, that's probably the reason why I started reading, honestly. Thanks to these positive influencers. But hey, socially awkward, it sucks. Let's just put it like that. My bad about like dozing off in this conversation. But yeah, it sucks. But hey, once in a while you'll start to realize that people out here really just trying to take care of themselves. They don't mind interacting with you, if they're like understanding and they're mature. But if they're one of those types of people that just, out here looking for status or whatever they want from you, like money or something, then they'll just use you and discard you. I'd rather be, let's put it this way. I've met great people in my life that had gave me a positive influence for the future, or yeah, for the future, and so on. Their words will always be in the back of my head whenever I think about something that I want to do or want to push myself towards something. Even if they're not in my life right now or I have no contact with them, I can still understand their situation because they're trying to fulfill their life too. And I'm not, trying to be there like a needy person and take their time away from what they need to do. As long as, we had like, a good conversation and we just, know what's up when we see each other, then it's cool. Like, I'm not one of those types of people that just thinks like, oh, since you haven't been hanging out with me in like 2 years, you think you're too good for me? Like, that's stupid. Because if you understand how a person is and how their life works, even if they're not really doing anything with their lives, you should just still understand. Because, that's their choice. Even if you want to help them or give them, advice, but you can't give it if they don't ask for it. So, yeah, being socially awkward, it's like, I guess you gotta deal with it at the same time and learn from it. It's a learning experience, trial and error from what I've been seeing. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day, or just, a positive, just anything positive that happens in your life. Hope you have something positive because, yeah, I gotta cut out this video.